The movement must continue. See, we let it go to sleep. This movement's got to be woke up again.
Hey everybody, we're back with another episode of Lounite, Unite Louisville, here at the Plug Network, online, the source for change. It's your girl, Farron Kia, the CEO and founder of Love Thy Belly, LLC, the premier body positive organization right here in the city of Louisville, committed to the representation of fat and large bodies in multimedia forms. I have my very special guest with me today, author Leah Bomar. Hey, Leah.
Hey, I had to be quiet. I wanted to start cheering right away.
You have to be quiet. You ain't just jump in.
All right. Yeah, we're cheering.
Leah, thank you so much for joining us today to talk to us about all the things that you do and all of your community involvement and how people can be more involved with you.
Yeah, anything you ask me to do, I'm a yes.
A yes?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm a yes.
It is like your year of yes?
No, just for you.
Oh, so I get the yeses. Okay, I like that. I like that. Exclusive. Okay. Leah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm an author. I'm a local author here from Louisville, Kentucky. And I started hosting women's empowerment events about 5 years ago.
Powerful events.
Yes, powerful. Yes, I love bringing people together and connecting, but also coming from that place of love thy belly, love thy body, love thy soul, healing kind of thing.
So what was your first event that you did here?
My first event was a Glitter Bomb retreat. So my book that's coming out is called Glitter Bomb. But 5 years ago, I quit my teaching job, have a background in teaching, and I thought, I'm going to be a writer full time. And then I sat around for a few months like, all right, so how am I going to make money? What am I going to do? So I'm like, I like partying. I like chilling. I'll have a retreat. So I had the first Glitter Bomb retreat down at Taylorsville Lake in 2018.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You said Glitter Bomb. What is that?
Yeah, so that came about... I did some writers groups with some people, and people were giving love. Like, I love cheerleading people and giving positive feedback. So they were just kind of going around the room, a Zoom room. And when people got to me, they said, "You're so sparkly. Your energy is so glittery. You're just so glittery. You're like a glitter bomb."
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yes, that's it. But there's also the other side of it. Everything's not all glittery, shiny, positive, happy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a person who struggled with anxiety and depression and, all this trauma, loss in my life. So I started learning about shadow work and doing a lot of personal healing myself.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the bomb. That's kind of the dark side, the shadow work. And I kind of realized you have to blow up your life. If you want to change and do different things, you got to leave the old stuff behind. So we're blowing it up, Glitter Bomb.
Oh, blow up your life.
Yeah.
So your book, tell us a little bit about that.
So that's also been the project I've been working on. And it's really hard it's a memoir. So it's hard to write your own story and constantly have to go back into those stories, that trauma. But I believe in the message of it, which is, there is light on the other side. We can make it through. We can learn new coping mechanisms. I talk a lot about heavy topics like addiction and loss and trauma. And I've had a lot of friends that, didn't make it to the other side, whether it be from overdose or suicide, I'm getting chills, like these really heavy things. I miss a lot of my friends. So I wanted to talk about it all because, a lot of families and a lot of people don't talk about that kind of stuff. So I put it all out there in the book.
All of it.
All of it. All of it.
Just sharing your story.
Yeah. And I think it's going to help a lot of people. I think people can connect with that. If you're human, you understand pain, you understand loss, you understand grief. The more we can bring that into the light and celebrate it, it's not all sad.
Yeah.
We grow from those hard things too.
Take us back to 2018, to that pivotal moment where it was, I want to do this.
So the book is the ultimate dream come true because when I was a little kid, I wanted to be a writer. And I went to U of L and I had a career in journalism and I still do a lot of freelance writing, but I'm also a mom of 3. So my kids are teens now, but there was a long, dark period in my life where I didn't write, I didn't journal. I was just caught up in life, surviving. And it was hard. I have 3 little kids. My son was 15 months old when I had twins born.
Oh, wow.
So I had went through this motherhood, phase of life, and it was hard, just trying to make things work. So I wanted to be happy again. I wanted to be me. I wanted to be that glittery person. I wanted to be the one who wore fun dresses, and that's me. I love fashion, but I had went years just in this place, just wearing pajamas all the time and just struggle. And I knew something had to change, or I wasn't going to make it out. So first thing, what do I like to do? I didn't even know what I like to do for fun anymore. I didn't even have the answer to that question.
Because you were being a mom.
Because that was all my focus, and there was no me. There was no glitter. And I thought, I'm going to make this choice. I'm going to quit my job as a teacher. I'm going to figure out what makes me happy. I'm going to do things, do different stuff. And then once I kind of got that energy back, I wanted to help other women get there too, to find their glitter, to find themselves, follow their dreams. So that's how the retreats came about.
Oh, wow. So you took everything that you were experiencing and told your short story and shared that experience with other people, and they followed along.
Yeah, that was the coolest thing, just from the importance of connecting. When we speak our truth and we share our vulnerability, other people can connect with that on a human level. So I didn't know that people were going to come to my retreat. I didn't know it was going to sell out the first one. I didn't know people were going to buy tickets that lived in other states and get on an airplane and come here. And it happened. And they were essentially strangers. I went around old school, hung flyers up all around town, and I had people who I believe felt that energy. The glitter bomb, the glitter, it's an energetic thing too. And the people who needed that message, or they needed that at their time in their life, they found it. And they came, and that first one just set it off. We had a hot tub. We were up singing with the disco ball, karaoke all night.
Oh,
it was people from all different backgrounds, all different ages, just vibing, coming together. I was like, this is the magic. This is it.
I've heard that a lot about you, like the energy that you put out into a room. People even call you like literal sunshine. How would you describe yourself?
Yeah, I come from a very heart-centered place. So it's a genuine love that comes from the heart of just people. I think everybody's beautiful. I think all people are beautiful. So I work hard on coming from like a non-judgmental place towards myself. And that's where it all started. That's part of the whole glitter bomb journey too, is the journey to self-love and loving me. And I just emit that outward. So any room I walk into, it's from that place of love and wanting to have fun, play, connection.
I love it. Leah, you always describe everything as play. And you mentioned earlier that if it's not play, then it's work.
It's work.
And so we'll come back and play a little bit more with author Leah Bomar.
The Plug Network is ever expanding. Subscribe to our YouTube page and hit the notification bell for all updates. Thank you, and stay plugged in.
All right, welcome back. It's Farron Kia, the CEO of Love Thy Belly LLC, and my special guest, Leah Bomar.
Yay.
So we did a quick introduction about Leah, how she got everything started, and what she used to do. So Leah, tell us a little bit about what you're currently doing. What do you currently have going on with Glitter Bomb, with being an author, being a mom, and everything else that you do in the Louisville community?
That's one of my favorite things, is working in the community and meeting people. So this past year, I've really made an effort just to connect and play with other people in different spaces. Coming out of 2020, I had my biggest year set to date, ready to roll in 2020. I had retreats set out through the whole rest of the year. I was booked to go to women's conferences and speak. That's one of my affirmations that I'm big on, is I get paid to travel. Woo! So that was all set up to happen, and 2020 happened. So, divine intervention allowed me that time and space to work on the book. So I really have spent the past 3 years finishing the book. And last summer, I was ready to come back out. I was ready to start playing and mixing it up. And I was also tired of doing it alone. In a lot of ways, I'm a one-woman show. I host the retreats. My partner is a chef, so he does all the food. So we got that, catering aspect locked down. But overall, the planning, the execution, the energy it takes to hold space for other people doing that kind of healing work, it takes a lot. So finally, I realized I don't want to do this alone. I want to partner up with people. So I started going to different events, going to different networking, joining different local Louisville women's groups online, and started partnering up with people. So we started hosting events together. We did a Friendsgiving. We did a self-love retreat in Indiana. Coming up at the end of July, we've got a clothing swap that's happening.
What's that called?
So that's Swap It Like It's Hot. Swap It Like It's Hot. Yeah. And I love a good clothes swap because it allows people the chance to come in and get things essentially for free and try on different styles that like I wouldn't normally buy at the store, but I can have fun with it and meet people. And last summer, that was one of the first events that I did coming back in Glitter Bomb was have you come and speak with Love Thy Belly at the clothes swap.
Amazing. When I say I'd never experienced like a clothing swap or an event that's kind of to that caliber in that way, the women were so involved in what you do and what you have to say. Everything about the way that you talk about clothing and the way that you talk about bodies and the way that you talk about loving yourself and how that comes from a place of also connecting with other people and how having that support system can really uplift you and help you within your own personal self-love journey. And all of them were so invested in you and invested in your story and invested in how your story has allowed them the opportunity to share their own story.
Yes.
And it's beautiful. The way people talk about you is, it's just amazing to hear that someone who we even just kind of ran into each other at an event, a pool party, actually.
Uh-huh.
That's right. We met at a pool party last year.
Our anniversary is coming up, by the way.
It is.
Yes.
Oh, yay.
I'm counting. I'm ready to celebrate.
I'm just saying, so we might have to have a pool party together.
Yes.
It feels if it's a year coming in, yeah.
And that, to me, I tell that story all the time because it's become part of my fabric and the journey to self-love was meeting you. It really launched me to another level of body love, body acceptance. And, I had done some speaking events on the topic. And the first year I went to a pool party like that, I was a speaker and I came in, I thought I was cute. I had ordered my like little one piece off the shoulder and I had some little capris, swim pants and walked in and I was overdressed for a pool party. And I was like, whoa, like these ladies mean business. It was fun, great. Second year, I come in and you're speaking and I describe it as love at first sight because there's this goddess like wearing string bikini. I've got a two-piece on this time, still overdressed. Like, I don't know how that happened, but I learned my lesson. I now bikinis now. Now I know what's up. And so I got to see you do your thing and get up there and talk. And I'm like, oh, wow, she's next level. Like the vulnerability that you bring inspires me and sparks me to where in my everyday life, I can go around without wearing something to cover my arms. I can wear the two-piece crop top out in public. And that was an evolution for me. So as far like evolved in how much I love myself and the confidence I had, there were still more layers and more levels to go. Yeah. So Love Thy Belly. Yeah, it helped me out a lot.
Took it to the next level. Well, I appreciate you in the way that you're open and honest with people about your own experience and your own journey. At the event, Swap It Like It's Hot, are you going to talk a little bit about like the kind of journey that you've taken to get to this far and the swaps that you've had in the past too and how you even hope to grow them?
Yeah, the one that we had last year where you were at, it was an intimate event. And these women, they were so funny, all different age ranges, and they were like invested. We had dream boards going on. There was a food spread. We had the Lizzo pumping. So then Farron comes in and just delivers it. And people to this day still talk about that moment. So I thought, how can we elevate and bring more of that? So this year, we're having it at No Ray Karaoke Bar down in Nulu. We've got women empowerment speakers coming in. At one of your events, the Bodies After Dark, I got to connect and meet new people. And that's one of my favorite things to do is to like mix and mingle all these different networks and communities. So we've got Lakeisha coming in with Trib Talk Teas.
Oh, okay.
Our featured speakers who's going to be talking about, body empowerment and self-love and bringing the, LGBTQ element in, which is important to me too. We've got food catered out on the patio.
Oh,
yeah. So we've got speakers, food. It's an event. It's not just a clothes swap.
Okay, it sounds like a party.
It is a party.
Well, you know, Leah, anywhere you are, it is a party. I will say that. Like, no matter what's going on, no matter what type of event it is, if you're there, it is time to play and it is time to party. So that event, how can people find tickets to it?
So you can go to leahbomar.com. There's a link there to the Eventbrite tickets. If you use the code GLITTERBOMB, you get a discount. There's still some tickets left. Yeah, so we're going to party. We're going to have a good time. It's all size included. So it goes from small all the way up to 5X. And we're looking for, you know, just women from all over to just come and play.
Yes, size inclusive. So women and then maybe feminine presenting people as well.
Yes.
So even someone who might not identify as a woman, but you identify as feminine or feminine presenting, this might be the event for you and the spot for you. I feel like, Leah, one thing that you are specific about is curating spaces for women, but also I feel like you have this ability to be so inclusive of other people as well. Maybe not someone who's mass presenting necessarily, but also they could too. Your energy is extremely infectious. And so I feel like anyone who comes into contact with you, they want to be around you. They want more of you. They want to do more with you. They want to support you in whatever it is you have going on. And so I know Leah has a lot planned for the future. And maybe after this break, she'll give us just a few exclusive of what it is that author Leah Bomar, Glitter Bomb, has for us.
The Plug Network is ever expanding. Subscribe to our YouTube page and hit the notification bell for all updates. Thank you and stay plugged in.
So Leah, you told us a little bit about how Glitter Bomb started, what you're currently doing with it, the book. When is it being released?
The book is the big thing. And I don't have a date. I don't have the exclusive date. But if you go to leahbomar.com, you can sign up for the newsletter. And that's where all the pre-events happen. That's where the party starts.
Okay.
So I've been planning the party portion of this since before the book was written. And I've learned along the way. I actually have already had a book launch party for this book. So people have been waiting 5 years. I sold pre-orders. That was part of the launch of the book and part of the vision. In 2020, I was encouraged by a mentor to put it out there, let people know what you're doing, invite them in. So I made a post. I said, I'm writing this book. It's not done yet. If you want to pre-order it, you can pre-order it here. I had over 70 people buy a book that didn't even exist yet.
Oh, what? See? That's what I'm saying. People want to invest in you and invest in your story. And it has a lot to do with your honesty, your vulnerability, the way that you connect so many different communities. Right? I asked you about talking about community resources, but you yourself are the community resource. You have networks in everything, and this in so many different areas and so many different pockets, from being an author to being a freelance writer to being a curator of events and a curator of experiences and a curator of art. You have your hand in so many communities because of how amazing you are and how much of a beautiful human you are. People can just see that energy that you have that permeates. It's so real. It's so authentic. It's so vulnerable. And like you said earlier, it's so relatable.
That's part of my mission, is to bring people in and connect through speaking my own truth. And I had to learn that lesson and had to get there. One of the things that I got coming up that I'm really proud of that I've been working on is with the sober community. So I have a creative reprieve meeting that meets the first and third Monday of every month. We go to the library over by Jefferson Mall, South Central Library. It's open to anybody because me, myself, have struggled with food issues, weight issues, and I have over 2 years of abstinence from harmful eating behaviors. I stopped hurting myself with food and food behaviors. So I celebrate that. I celebrate it, and I want to bring in all members in all recovery, whether it's alcohol or drugs or anybody that struggles with any addiction. That's really important to me, to use creativity as a tool to heal and connect with other people. So we chill at the library, we journal, we make crafts, we connect with people. So I love working in spaces where people can use creativity and self-love to elevate themselves to the next healing level.
Wow. You spoke a little bit about, we call it harmful eating behaviors. Yeah. What is that?
So for me, what that meant was I feel like I've been the whole spectrum of food disorders and food problems starting as a child. So I used food like a drug to numb out, to disconnect, to cope, to deal as a friend, as a comfort. So I'd always struggled with the weight and the self-esteem and all the crushing feelings that came with that. So in my life, I've dealt with eating disorders. I've dealt with bulimia. I've dealt with harming myself through exercise, over exercising, trying to look a certain way, trying to be something other than what I am. So when I, found that the recovery program that helped, it made me, I went through a 12-step program for that. So it helped me make a connection to, a higher power, but really it was a connection with myself and a deeper place of love where I stopped using food as a coping mechanism.
Wow.
Yeah. It's cool.
See, I don't think people would think that food can also be addictive or it can be considered a drug, but a lot of foods actually release the same amount of dopamine and serotonin levels in your brain. So it's like those senses that kind of get fired off in your brain that tell your brain to do certain things or not to do certain things. Those same sensors can be heightened with food that they are with things like cocaine or heroin or methamphetamines.
100%. Yes.
And that's a lot of people don't know that. They don't recognize that. So I like how you called that harmful eating.
Yes, harmful eating behavior.
Right. So that's not you saying like I'm bad because I ate a cheeseburger or because I ate some type of starch. It's I was using the food instead of just enjoying the food for what it was.
Or having the self-love to treat myself in a loving way. So part of my recovery is I don't have any restrictions. If we want to leave here and we want to go eat whatever, go drink whatever, like I do that. And I'm at a place where I don't beat myself up about it or I don't punish myself after the fact. And it's taken a lot of hard work to get here. And the food as an addiction part, that was something I had to realize and learn because people think of addiction as drugs or alcohol. And I come from a family where a lot of people have struggled with addiction. I mentioned all the friends that I've lost from it. And I want to be here for my kids. I want to be the best version of me, physically, spiritually, emotionally. So me deciding to heal and recover is me every day choosing me, choosing what's best for me. And that day, it might be going back to bed and taking a nap. It might be laying out in the sun in my bikini in the backyard, in the hammock, getting, some vitamin D. And another part of it is feeding my body, fueling it, and nourishing foods that aren't going to hurt me, that aren't going to make me feel like shit, that aren't going to make me tired, that aren't going to make me hate myself because I love myself. So I want to act that way.
And you have to know what that is for you. So you've had to decide that with your body. What will fuel your body? And that's up to you.
Yeah.
And, the way that you process things. And that can be anything. So you talked about even being spiritually and mentally sound. What type of things do you consume to help you with those?
So I just went through a major tech detox. And nobody likes it when you talk about that because nobody wants to give up the phone. But my phone broke. It died on me. This is about 3 weeks ago. It died. It went out. I spent 3 days in the Apple store. I was about to go on vacation. Couldn't get a new phone. So once I got over that panic, of not having that connectivity, I was like, okay, surrender. All right. So I've had this sabbatical the past few weeks without being plugged in. And so how that's helped me spiritually grow is I stay in my own energy. Wow. I'm able to I wake up in the morning and I don't reach for the phone. And I thought I had pretty good, health habits in that sense, but allowed me to just choose to stay in my own energy, my own thoughts, and not be so influenced by everything that's out there.
Wow. Oh, wow. Leah, we worked through your story so fast. So for those of you who are watching, if you may have wanted to know more about author Leah Bomar's story, how can we find you and even more about your story?
So the book, when it's coming out, is going to be the best way to connect. I'll come and speak. I'll come to a dream board party. I love to collaborate. So if somebody sees that, they're like, oh, we could have some fun. Yes, we can. LeahBomar.com is always an easy way. And I'm on Facebook a lot, author Leah Bomar.
All right. Any other social media sites?
I have Instagram, but I'm trying to stay away from too many things at once.
Okay. So just Facebook Facebook and the website. That is how you can get in contact with Leah. And also, I'm probably going to push Leah a little bit hard for this pool party because she's right. We do have our 1 year coming up. All right. So make sure that you stay plugged in at the Plug Network online on YouTube and Facebook. And remember, the Plug is the source for change. It's your girl, Farron Kia. Talk to you later.
The Plug Network is ever expanding. Subscribe to our YouTube page and hit the notification bell for all updates. Thank you and stay plugged in.